Hello everyone, welcome to CyberScoop TV. Greg Otto, your managing editor here. We're coming to you from the floor of the 2018 RSA conference, and I'm talking with Tod Beardsley, the Director of Research for Rapid7. Tod, thanks for joining us today.
Hi, thanks Greg.
So, for a few months now, and I would say even back over the past 12, 18 months, we've seen an exponential growth in DDoS attacks, the largest DDoS attacks that we've ever seen.
For sure.
Can you talk to me a little bit about what your research has shown?
Sure. So the last kind of headline DDoS all came down to an application called memcached, sometimes mispronounced as memcached, which is incorrect, and that was kind of a surprise to everyone. Turns out memcached is almost a perfect amplifier for these things. So basically how that worked is I, as an attacker, send a very small request to a memcached server over UDP that's sitting on the internet. I fake who I'm coming from as my victim, and then the memcached server does all the work from there. Sends sometimes many thousands of packets in response. Do this enough, with enough memcached servers out there, and it's kind of game over for whoever's at the end of that blast. The upside is that it's really easy to find. We looked around at Rapid7 with our project Sonar, which scans the whole internet. Our numbers comported with other researchers who came up with figures for that. Turned out it was something it was like thousands to tens of thousands of these out there. They had to go. I do believe that the industry came together pretty quickly to make that happen, because as long as these kind of wide open memcached servers are out there, kind of nobody's safe.
Right.
And it required no botnets, no exploits, no vulnerabilities, no nothing. It was just like point and shoot. And that was a pretty big deal.
So, in your research, have you found any sort of attribution to this? And not so much on like a nation state level, or maybe it is a nation state level, or is it just skitties that have harnessed the power of the internet? Like, how does that work, and what are you seeing?
So DDoS is typically, DDoS is not a new thing, right?
Right.
It's been around for a while as an attack. There's been a economy for this. They're called like stressors and booters. Pretty well tied into like gaming.
Right. Minecraft, I know the Minecraft is a big thing.
And things like that. So for this case, I'd be super surprised if it was like nation state actors. But the fact is that I kind of don't care if it's nation state or not.
Okay.
Like attribution, A, is hard, and B, doesn't really get you a lot. We're much more about figuring out what organizations can do to protect from these kinds of attacks. Okay. And knowing the attacker intent is way more useful than knowing like attacker identity.
Right. Okay. So going back to a point that you were coming up with, how can organizations guard against this? Because with the proliferation of connected devices, IoT, they can all be put into botnets that end up being DDoS. I know memcached was not a botnet. Triggered DDoS.
So we have this whole other area, right? It's like the Mirai and Mirai-like botnets. And how those work is that they take over insecure IoT devices. And for a long time, in security, we were talking about IoT as like something we must protect. Like, I'm deploying IoT devices, I need to do my firewall, I need to do my patches, blah, blah, blah. It turns out we actually have to protect from IoT as well as protect IoT. So for things like that, it comes down to all the basics, all the fundamentals. Network segmentation, doing like periodic scans, pen testing is a big part of it. And just kind of getting a handle on what your footprint on the internet looks like, not only just like in isolation, but like in comparison to other organizations in your industry, other organizations like in your country, things like that. So what we really need to do, and what I think is kind of a theme this year at RSA, what I think a theme here at RSA is we're kind of getting back to fundamentals of network segmentation, keep a hold of your credentials, like password management is a big deal, which is great because like in the security industry, we do have a tendency to get distracted by the shiny new thing, like memcached, when really what we need to be focusing on, and which I think we're actually doing a better job at, are these fundamental, just kind of network hygiene things that we need to do.
Great. Tod, appreciate your insights. Thanks for stopping by to talk to us.
Oh yeah, no problem. Thank you.
For all of our videos, check out our YouTube channel, and for more on all things cybersecurity, check out cyberscoop.com. I'm Greg Otto. Thanks for watching.